If x minus 2 is a factor of the expression 2x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 14, and when the expression is divided by x minus 3, it leaves a remainder 52. Find the values of a and b. This question was asked in the ICSE 2013 examination, right? Now, we've got one polynomial, given polynomial, with two unknown values here, a and b. And they've given us two divisors, basically, x minus 2 and x minus 3. X minus 2 is given to us as a factor, and x minus 3 leaves a remainder 52. So, we'll be using that information and the remainder and factor theorems to basically find the value of a and b. So let's start with our question. First, mark out the value of our given polynomial as f of x as 2x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 14. Right? Now, the first divisor that we have is x minus 2. So let's consider that in the beginning. We can start by saying let x minus 2 equal to 0. This implies, or this gives us the value of x as 2, right? Just rearrange the terms. So we know that x minus 2 is a factor of f of x, right? So if it's a factor, what does that tell us? That the remainder, right, which is basically the f of, since x is equal to 2, it's the f of 2. That remainder is equal to, the f of 2, which is equal to 0, because it's a factor. So by factor theorem, the value of the remainder should be equal to 0. So let's use this information. Now f of 2 is basically the value of 2 instead of x in f of x. So it's going to become 2 times 2q plus a into 2 square plus b into 2 minus 14, and this is equal to 0. No, sorry. This is equal to 0. Right. Let's simplify this a little. Let's see what all we can get out of it. What color do we use? Right. So 2 into 2 cube, which becomes 16, plus a into 2 square makes it 4a, plus b into 2 makes it 2b, minus 14 is equal to 0. So if I finally rearrange, I have 4a plus 2b, 4a plus 2b. 16 minus 14 is 2, taken to the other side makes it minus 2. And if I'm to divide this equation by 2, I get 2a plus b is equal to minus 1. Let's mark this as our first equation. Right. Now, this was with the factor x minus 2. We have another divisor given in our question, which is x minus 3, and it leaves a remainder of 52. So let's use that information now and try to get another equation, because there are two unknowns here. So let's do it right next to this one so that you can see the parallels. So our divisor now is x minus 3. So I can say let x minus 3 equal to 0. This implies that the value of x is equal to 3. Right? Just shift to the other side. Now, they've told us it leaves a remainder of 52. So I can say that the remainder, right, will be equal to, now f of x, and now x is equal to 3, so the remainder would be equal to f of 3, right? And that is given to us to be 52. So let's figure out what is f of 3 now. It's going to become 2 into 3 cube plus a into 2 square plus b into 2 minus 14, and this entire value is equal to 52, right? Let's take the effort to simplify this a little now. What does that turn out to be? So we have 2 into 3 cube. 3 cube is 27 and 2 is 54 plus, oh sorry, I substitute 2 everywhere. This, make a slight correction, this should be 3 because it is f of 3, right? Sorry, my bad. So 3 square and b into 3, right? So 3 square into a, which is 9a, b into 3, which is 3b, minus 14 is equal to 52, right? Let's rearrange this equation. So I have 9a plus 3b. 54 minus 14 is 40. 40 taken to the other side. 52 minus 40 is 12. So this is equal to 12. If I'm to divide this entire equation by 3, I end up with 3a plus b is equal to 4. Let's mark this as our second equation, right? So we have two unknowns a and b, and we have two equations with a and b as well. As you can see, 2a plus b is equal to minus 1 and 3a plus b is equal to 4. So now we can solve them simultaneously and get our final answer, right? So how do I solve them? I will just subtract, right? Subtract equation number 1 from equation number 2, which is basically 3a plus b is equal to 4. From that, I will be subtracting 2a plus b equal to minus 1. Okay, now, so what will I end up with? Now, since I'm subtracting, the signs of the equation down below will change. So 2a, it is plus 2a becomes minus 2a, plus b becomes minus b, minus 1 will become plus 1, right? And now when I subtract, notice the plus b and minus b, those two terms will end up getting cancelled. 3a minus 2a is nothing but 1a, so that is equal to a. And 4 plus 1 is 5, so a is equal to 5, right? Now, if I substitute a is equal to 5 in equation number, let's put it in equation number 1, right? So what do I get? 2a plus b, right? So it is 2a, which is 5, plus b is equal to minus 1. Right, now if you simplify this a little, 2 into 5 is 10. 10 plus b is equal to minus 1. Take the 10 to the other side. So you'll end up getting the value of b as minus 11. Right? And this is what we have to find. So let's just write our final answers. We have a is equal to 5 and b is equal to minus 11. Let's draw our answer rectangle around the final answer.